those linkages there. And of course, he brought law and order to Davao after it was, pretty much the murder capital of the Philippines. So he's kind of known as a law and order type of politician.
But does this look like an Abu Sayyaf kind of attack? They're best known now, most infamous, for just plain old extortion.
Well, the kidnapping is also one of their fortes, but they have a long history of pulling off bomb attacks, and bomb attacks in places like Davao City. So this would not be unusual for them. They have the tradecraft, they have the capability, but they also, this is the type of target that they would hit. It was a soft target, just really trying to send a message through mass harming, which really fits their message.
Now, Duterte has been famous around the world for his hardline crackdown on drugs, but he offered and is trying to launch peace talks with Muslim rebels. He's trying to launch peace talks with communist rebels. In Abu Sayyaf's case, though, he's pledged to destroy the organization. Does he have any chance of succeeding?
It's possible. Of course, that's going to be contingent on peace with the other rebels. One of the things that's really assisted the Abu Sayyaf group, in addition to just the geography of the Philippines, just the jungles and the islands. But one of the things that's helped them has been the sympathies of the local population. But if Duterte and the Philippine government is able to forge an understanding, an agreement with the majority of the moral politicians and leaders down there, is able to bring them into the fold, they have a possibility of isolating these more radical elements from the mainstream, kind of drying up the swamp, if you will, and then being able to destroy them as they have less places to hide.
Now, news accounts say that the government's latest offensive involves thousands of troops, the biggest force anyone has assembled against Abu Sayyaf in quite some time, and they're facing, according to some estimates, just a few hundred fighters. Is there much left of Abu Sayyaf?
Well, they are small, but the problem there again is just the terrain and the jungle. So trying to isolate and then comb through the jungle is a very labor-intensive practice, as we've seen in places, whether it was the U.S. in the Vietnam War or really the Colombians dealing with the FARC and the ELN. It's just very difficult going after guerrilla fighters in that type of terrain.
Now, President Duterte called on the country, on the people of the Philippines, to be vigilant against attacks because of the government offensive against Abu Sayyaf, and he said that they expected something bad from Abu Sayyaf. Pretty prescient when you think about what's happened now, if indeed Abu Sayyaf is behind this blast. But are they wise to tell people in Davao City to stay home? Could there be more trouble?
It's possible. It's also possible that they're trying to find the cell that was behind this specific attack. And that's critical, especially if they can isolate the bomb maker. Bomb makers are critical nodes within a terrorist organization. So I'm certain that the Philippine government's going to be looking at the people that planned and executed this attack.
Scott Stewart of Stratford, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
After days of speculation